Okay, so what's up? After this video, check out the description. It's a documentary that I think everybody should watch, to be honest. Every single person in America should watch, but especially every single melanated being. They should watch it and see how far the op will go to make sure black liberation never becomes a reality. Um, but today's video is Black Love. Um, it doesn't have to be only for a man slash woman, and I'm not pushing for any gay agenda, just to put it out there. But a lot of our family are gay, so it's not fair for us to isolate them because they are our family. But anyway, black love is when there's love between our black, Negro, Kemetic, uh, or whatever Hebrew Israelites or whatever we call ourselves today. There's unity, love, acceptance, compassion towards one another. Black love is when we build each other up and stop tearing each other down. We still have a lot of division today, a lot. Like we have black kings killing each other and black queens tearing each other down instead of building each other up. And we have black kings and queens harming princes and princesses that are supposed to be future kings and queens. Uh, and the way they do it is through abuse and other life altering things. I go more into detail in my other video about that. Just a couple examples in my other video called Trauma in the Black Community. Um, but continuing on, Black Love is also not causing genetic suicide slash homicide. Suicide is when you don't understand, like when you're not conscious and you have been brainwashed to believe lighter, or you shouldn't try to have someone who's the same complexion of you. When you basically been hypnotized to believe that lighter, your skin color should be a little lighter, so you like will have mixed babies. But not to get off topic, that's like suicide. Homicide is when you just don't care and you're just like, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna do this, that, and the third. That's just homicide, genetic homicide for our race. Um, so I strongly stand by my belief that black love should just be black love, like black man, black woman, black woman, black man, black man. Like keep it like that, simple as that. And I'm not saying that like it's not possible, because it is possible for you to fall in love with somebody who's not part of your race, but I'm not condoning that for every single black person. Like there are exceptions, and that's like a rare, yeah. Like interracial relationships, especially black and white, do not work out well, especially if they don't communicate at the beginning and understand each other's realities. But if they do, then it could work out. But it doesn't really work out like that sometimes, especially once they have kids. Mm-mm. Um, oh yeah, but Black Love is supporting black owned anything. Um, so I just recently found this vegan spot, and it's black owned slash brand. So I'm always in there supporting it, and I usually leave tips. And another thing is with black love. Sometimes you gotta be patient with our brothers and sisters, because some of them they have that nigga mentality, which you can learn more about my other video, types of blacks. And yeah, or just holding a door for your fellow brother or sisters, black love. And we need to be more like our ancestors who created the Black Wall Streets back in the 1900s. I'll maybe like post some information about that, or like probably just post like a link to it. Um, but that's not just black love creating the Black Wall Street. It's true black power. But as a black person, you need to love yourself and love your people always, always first. And black love is also when you stop worrying about other groups' issues and only worry about us and us alone. And we need to stop thinking we need to stop being Captain Save-A-Hos. That's our problem. We want to be Captain Save-A-Hos to fix other people's problems, but we don't even want to look at the state of our own people. But we quick to go out. I don't believe in all that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like I have empathy, and I do want to like help like everyone, but I gotta help black people first, and then do what you gotta do. Like, because who's gonna look out for my kids in the future? Who's gonna look out for my grandkids in the future? Who's gonna look out for my great grandkids in the future? Like, no, I'm thinking long term. I'm not thinking just for tomorrow. Um, but yeah. So moving on, self black love. Uh, that's definitely the world. The world's influence on how we as black people see ourselves. Um, so an example, like if you're dark skinned, like the darker you are, you for some reason you tend to seem less desirable. Like you're filthy, or like people like to make certain racist remarks about how dark a person is. And I've heard it growing up, like, oh, you're dark as shit, or just like, nigga, you look like doo doo, or just, it's just ignorant. And yeah, but some parts of the world um, are not like this, and they actually admire the darkness, a darker hue in people. But most of the world is not like that. Most of the world like values people of lighter hue. Like they don't really put darker. Even if you watch TV in other on other countries TV networks, like sometimes I'll scroll to the channel, you don't really see too many like dark skinned Hispanics, or dark skinned Asians, or dark skinned Indians. Like they kind of hide them too, and you kind of, if you gotta dig deeper, and you can find documentaries on it, and things like that. Like people have the same thing. Colorism is not just a melanated problem. It's a problem for everybody, but it's more of our problem. It's a problem that I'm just focusing for us. But yeah, not to get off track, but um, some nations are literally working on lighting up the populations. And another thing is some countries don't even have a census box for black people. They don't even acknowledge black people. And I learned that, I think in high school or somewhere I learned that. But yeah, some countries don't even have a box for you to be like you're black, because they don't even notice you. They don't even want to acknowledge that you are even worthy of being on the census box. Like I, it's just crazy. But um, let's see, what else did I write? So black people, as a group of people, we have a lot of things via the media that tears at our trinity, our mind and our body and our soul. And like seeing the news definitely has us seen as savages and criminals and just ratchet, and you know, just yeah, like just like we're not doing anything with our lives. Instead of like putting positive images, they choose to put these things out there. And not only does that like mess with our minds, it makes people out there who are not black see us as savages and treat us as savages. And black fear is real. It is real. I definitely experience it a lot. So it's okay. I've gotten used to it. You get used to it after a while. But yeah, then after, tears at your mind, it just tears at like your soul, because you have to be a certain way, like you have to, black people, we have to come off not so aggressive. And if we like speak, or we try to stand up for ourselves, men or women, we just come off threatening, like a threat, or like just dangerous. So we have to conform, even though I don't really conform. But yeah, some people, for their jobs or whatever reason, they have to conform. And that's just not for me. But and then if your soul and your mind aren't together, then your body's just not going to be together. So the trinity will just be messed up. So yeah, like black people, our minds, our bodies, and our souls are messed up. Like that's, you could, it's our trinity just messed up.